So let's say I want to pull videos from YouTube. What I can do is I can tell it that just in case I need to pull videos from YouTube, can you set up a yt-dlp so that it allows me to pick transcripts from YouTube and comments and date when the video is published, any metadata the video has that will be important for me to keep a record of that in my workspace here. So I said, just in case I need to pull videos from YouTube, can you set up a yt-dlp so that it allows me to pick transcripts? Now, if you're thinking, what does yt-dlp means? This is basically, so let me pull this up on screen. So let's say, what is yt-dlp? So it's yt-dlp is a free open source command line tool used to download video and audio from YouTube and thousands of other media hosting websites. It's an upgraded fork of the older YouTube DL project. Be it to add faster download speed, extra features, and regular. So that's basically what it does. It uses something that is within your laptop natively to do all of that pulling. So if I want to do that, that's all I need to set up, and it's going to, so if I please enter. So now it's asking me a question. Yes, turn is a YouTube video I give you. So let me give it a YouTube video. Let me pull from Audacity to Leads channel. So let's go to channel. Let's say we want to use this video. Let's get shareable link. Let's get a shareable link. Now it says I should paste the video. Let's paste the video here and press enter. So two things I want to flag here for you. You'll notice that it's saying CD users diagram documents Claude demo YouTube. So what's happening is it has gone ahead to create, you can see fetch YouTube. This is a script that it wrote. If you click on data here, this process, I can read that. You can see this is a full video. So now let's check. It ran, but I noticed it's actually downloaded the video file too. Skip download should have prevented that. Let me check what got saved. It's beginning to tell itself what it did wrong. No video file was actually downloaded. So it's checked again, confirmed everything works fine. Title, upload date, channel, view counts, likes, tags, comments. Now, where did it write that? Now see, read Claude.md, edit Claude.md. What happened just now? Let's see. It says YouTube fetch, push transcripts, comments, and full metadata for any YouTube video channel or playlist URL. No video file downloaded. Output goes to. You can see now what I want you to really notice here is the fact that this is the same Claude.md that we created just a couple of minutes ago. Now see what it has just done. It has just created a YouTube data tool, and it tells it exactly what to do. It says this is where this folder is. So this is the folder here. It says go to this folder /URL so that it puts that, it basically writes it for himself. It says push transcripts, comments, and full metadata, upload date, views, likes, tags, description for any YouTube video, channel or playlist URL. No video file downloaded. Output goes to that folder. Use this whenever a research on own or competitor channel content is needed. So I did not tell it what to do with that tool, but you can see it figured out since this guy is trying to use this for his YouTube channel, it means it probably needs to do research on his videos, and it's written that in by itself. So there's a very intricate thing I did not do when I was telling you to yt-dlp earlier. Create this within my vault, within my workspace. I did not tell it that it should not be an SRT, that it should be a markdown file. Now I'm going to open another chat, and I want you to watch what's going to happen. Our yt-dlp function needs to convert any video it pulls from YouTube to a markdown file. Right now I see that it uses an SRT, which is fine, but not readable on all devices. So change it to markdown file. That's all. It's going to go figure out what I've just explained by itself. And you can see that's a completely new chat. Not like I'm continuing with one chat. And again, remember that anytime I have a chat, it keeps the history here. So it says I'll add a post-processing step that converts, see, it just said that converts the SRT to a clean readable markdown transcript with title metadata header after yt-dlp runs, and it's added that by itself. Now let's write the conversion script, and it's doing that by itself. I do not have to worry myself trying to figure out how to do it. And it goes ahead and sets that up for me without me having to do anything. That's why I like to work in Claude, in VS Code, in Claude Code, because I can tell it what I need, and it basically goes to do it. If I need to install any software, I need to install any app, let's say any app, any skill, any